want to see the tempo. And speaking of that, we're going instantly into the game between Indonesia going up against Vietnam.
Yep, these teams gonna be on the blue and red side respectively here, and this is game one of their first match. For those of you who may not know, Vietnam and Indonesia have never met in the previous SEA Games, so this is going to be the first time going up against one another in terms of this tournament. Who is going to be able to claim first blood in this series?
And we can see it's very, very oppressive going up against an Angela and a Lilia in the mid lane. Just because they can clear the lanes very, very easily, as well as they have a lot of range and damage earlier in the game, just because they can stack up 4 at a time. And looks like Vietnam able to win that. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, actually able to win the Retribution fight against Albert, which is perhaps one of the most accomplished junglers in the entirety of Indonesia. So that is going to be a small morale win here in the early game. We can see as well, both teams have 3 sprints. So both teams are intending to be moving very quickly in their engagements today.
Yes, either they're going to run away or they're going to go in front. I talked about speed, and they're giving me in the sense of a sprint, not what I thought I was gonna get, but you know, I'm the type of guy that will appreciate anything that he is given. And look now over here, trying to secure or trying to steal Indonesia's jungle, and I feel like Albert might try to do the same. R7 up here going up against 2 people, but so far it doesn't look like he's having too much problems.
Yep, Akai going to be very tanky here in the early game, but something to note is that neither of these teams have a very obvious early game dominance. I think they are pretty balanced in terms of the lineups that they have drafted, so neither side is going to be going overly aggressive because they are not guaranteed kills at this point. So we're going to be looking at a much more passive early game as compared to the series we have seen so far.
Yeah, if they are gonna fight, it's probably over the turtle right now. It does come to the point where we have to see Vietnam and Indonesia as of right now. Vietnam actually has the advantage over here, but we can see Albert moving forward, managing to secure with his own retribution. Right now, Vietnam trying to run away, but first blood is gonna go over to the Indonesian team, over to Lilia, and right now Gennard trying to run away.
Yeah, they're going to be able to claim first blood there and first turtle as well. So that is an excellent start for Indonesia, giving a 1k net worth lead. And they're going to be ballooning that up by taking out No on the Grok in the mid lane, extending a little bit too far to try and get the kill on Luminaire.
Yeah, well, sprint is an amazing thing. You feel you're very, very fast. You use it yourself, and then when the enemy uses it as well, it's like, okay, you know what? Fine, you win. It's just one of those things that from the side of Vietnam, they have to put into consideration whenever they do want to go for those crazy kills. Right now, CW has his Corrosion Scythe, so he's looking very, very well right now. His farming is super, super good for the side of Indonesia.
Yeah, CW is a player that Vietnam has to be very careful of, because on this 1-1, this is basically the ultimate late game hero in MLBB right now. Being able to just instantly pop the crossbow of Tang with the Inspire, with maxed out items in the late game, basically guarantees a team fight 1, even with the blessing of the Moon Goddess. So they cannot allow CW to get easy farm, but that's exactly what Indonesia is going to be trying to do.
Yeah, and as you said, Stafa, for now, both teams are playing a little bit passively. With this come to the question, what are they waiting for? Are they waiting for a certain item? Are they waiting for a certain level to be achieved? Because right now, we can look at the itemization, and most of the players over here, most of the athletes already have their first item, except for the side of Vietnam. No one has actually completed their initial item just yet.
Yeah, Vietnam is so far behind Indonesia. 2k net worth difference at this point, which, as we highlighted before the game, isn't too notable yet to be a problem. However, Indonesia actually has the better late game composition, so they are already winning in terms of the metagame right now.
And looking over here, R7 is probably looking for a good angle to use his Hurricane Dance. He manages to get one, but we can look at Vietnam opening the real world manipulation, and they're going for the Akai. The Akai is going to go down first. CW going behind, trying to do something. Albert comes down, trying to get killed, trying to get anything over here, but looks like the kill is going over to Luminaire. And for the side of Vietnam, they're just trying to survive, and Albert is just flying all over the place, making it so difficult for them to actually do anything. And the Grok is going to be the focus for Luminaire getting that killing spree.
A beautiful fight by Indonesia, and they're even able to force Vietnam to reset the turtle, which means that this goes over to Albert, and that is going to be an excellent trade, completely controlling the flow of the battle. And while R7 did end up sacrificing himself very early on in that fight, using his heavy spin allowed them to buy enough time for the rest of the team to come in, especially the Ling with the Heart Guard to completely take over the backline.
Right now, we do have to talk about the goal difference because, yeah, we talked about it being 2,000 behind. It's okay if you're a late game comp. Right now, it's 4,000, 3,000 difference. And Indonesia, just like you said, have the better scaling comp just because they have the 1-1 and the Ling.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem for Vietnam already because Albert, he is confident. He's going straight in on Ganad. We have Duc Nam there providing healing, but it's not going to be enough as the Estes instantly gets taken out. Heart Guard on top of the Ling, and they will be able to immobilize Duc Nam. They're jumping on top of the Karina underneath the tower. The crossbow tank already popped down. That's going to be a double kill going over to the Ling as Albert will be able to escape from under the tower. Crossbow tank picks up the final kill. A 3-for-0 trade.
And you can see Albert just basically mostly just used his basic attacks just to make sure that he gets those kills and holds on to his ultimate for as long as he can. And this just shows the level, the difference in terms of level as well as goal. Right now, Indonesia, they can do whatever they want, and they're really pushing their own advantage. Looking at how Luminaire is actually staying in Vietnam's jungle, trying to make sure that they do not go in front for the farm.
Yeah, Indonesia are 5k net worth ahead, and they know it. They are definitely making use of that advantage right now to make as much map pressure and control over Vietnam as possible because they know that their heroes have enough survivability and mobility to just split push across the map on their own, whereas Vietnam needs 4 or 5 of their members together to actually win team fights.
Yeah, and Albert is so confident over here, especially having the Angela Heart Guard. Any moment he feels like he's about to die, he can turn things around. And speaking of which, no, almost getting the kill with that, but Luminaire, again with the black shoes, able to survive, going in front. Albert showing that level of confidence, going in 1v4. His HP is so high, and right now he uses his ultimate finally to get the mega kill and still surviving, barely trading any HP for himself.
This is absolute domination from Team Indonesia right now. As you mentioned, Albert, he is completely confident there. And now they're going to be able to get another one. Crossbow of Tang popped by CW to pick up the kill onto Knock On up here in the top lane. Indonesia, they are now 8k net worth ahead. And this is the point in the typical game of MLBB where it's looking to be pretty dire.
Yeah, but we can see how this could potentially be a mistake. Luminaire is there alone going up against 4 people and a very, very crucial wall, making sure that he doesn't go in, but he manages to secure a kill for himself. That's a good trade. You died, sure, but at least you traded with someone else.
Actually, it's not really ideal at this point for Luminaire to die, considering he was 4-0, so the killing spree gold is something that they don't want to give over to Vietnam. However, that was a Lilia, a lone 1v4 stuck behind the wall, and he still came out trading 1-for-1, which is an indication of how far Vietnam are behind right now in terms of farm.
Yeah, right now looking at the itemization as well, we got to focus on 1-1. Already have the Demon the Sword, the Courageous Scythe, as well as the Scarlet Phantom. That's a lot of damage over there, a lot of burst as well. Albert is there. Heartguard is there to save him. He goes in front, but look at R7 going to the backside, trying to actually stop everyone from doing anything. And right now, Indonesia, this is actually a very, very dangerous situation going inside the turret of Vietnam. They're taking a lot of unnecessary damage, but still managing to secure the turret anyways.
Indonesia, knowing that Vietnam needs to go to the mid lane to defend it here too, is able to just maintain their presence even though they lost Albert very early on. That's a little bit of a mistake from them. You have to note, Wall Charge is a very long stun, and even the Heart Guard wasn't enough as Albert got a little bit too greedy and dived in under the tower for more kills. But Indonesia, they're still in a very comfortable spot right now, and Vietnam needs to make something happen.
Yeah, Indonesia has been making a few mistakes here and there, and we have seen throughout the day where mistakes will be capitalized, so they do have to be a little bit more careful because yes, Indonesia are a very dominant force in the side of Mobile Legends Bang Bang, but give enough opportunity to Vietnam, they can do well. Because right now we got to look at Mio. 0-0 entry hasn't died just yet. And they just resetted the Lord. Vietnam is here. We have to see if Vietnam does want to go in for a fight. What kind of fight are they looking for?
Well, Noah's gonna be the first one to open up the map, forces out the wild charge, gets the stun on R7, but that is just to escape, and that is a huge cooldown already used on the side of Vietnam, which allows Indonesia it instantly hop back onto the Lord. Vietnam, will they want to contest this?
And right now we can look at the Lord being a little bit below 40% right now, around 30%. But looking at the situation right now, CW from behind, he got the weakness set, and then the crossbow tank managing to get a kill over there, and then the Albert securing the Lord in the midst of a team fight. Killing spree going over to CW. They're going to focus on the jungler from the side of Vietnam, and they're going to go down. Vietnam, 3 people down, and Indonesia, everyone is still alive.
Yep, and they were able to secure the Lord on top of that as well. Something to note is that Heart Guard was not used on Albert in that last fight. It was used to buff up CW. So Indonesia already knows that the power spike is shifting towards this 1-1, and the longer they can keep her alive, the better her chances are of activating the crossbow of Tang. I think they were ready to sacrifice Albert in that last fight just to get the Lord, but the fact that he survived and was able to turn the fight around is just even more ideal for the Indonesian team.
11 minutes coming in, and we can look at Ling as well as 1-1 almost having 10,000 gold each. That's actually very, very crazy. And right now, Indonesia, the Lord has appeared on the top lane. They are going to try to secure this inhibited turret. We have to see how Vietnam will try to fight back. R7 just using the Hurricane Dance to peel everyone away from his own team, and they are going to push again in the mid inhibited turret.
Yep, Indonesia now pushing in. Real world manipulation already dropped down, but Indonesia does not care. Forcing out the black shoes from Lumina, he will be able to walk out as the Falling Star Moon is being charged up by Na'An, but is not going to be able to engage. That is just way too dangerous right now when they are at a 12k net worth deficit.
I didn't even notice it's already 12,000. But yeah, Indonesia, they are doing very well. But we can also see they're not really trying to push the envelope. They're only getting kills when they absolutely have to, or when Vietnam is just pushing a little bit too far ahead. So right now, Indonesia, they are going to be playing a little bit slow. They're waiting for an opportunity. R7, I can see it in his eyes. He's waiting for a crucial Hurricane Dance just for his team to follow up against. But right now, Indonesia, they're at a very, very, very good spot, but they're not forcing any fights as of right now.
Yeah, a lot of discipline from the Indonesian team. They have a lot of experience in terms of international stages. They've already forced out the wild charge and the real-world manipulation. A little bit heavy-handed from Vietnam, and that is just go time for Indonesia. They know that these important ultimates have been used. They're now going for the bottom inhibitor. R7 just buying time with the heavy spin, pushes them forward. Going to be able to catch out Dugnam away from the rest of his team. He's still surviving as CW is just buying time in the backline with the Heart Guard. Not going to need the crossbow of Tang even to zone out the rest of Vietnam. They have lost their jungle, and Indonesia are now looking for more.
Yeah, we can see R7, he actually was not thinking of engaging onto anyone. He's just trying to push everyone from the side of Vietnam away just so that his team can secure a inhibited turret. But he was like, you know what? This is a pretty good angle. I'm just going to push someone away, and then they managed to get the kill. This is why I feel like they're very, very disciplined in terms that, do they have to get a kill? No. So they're not going to force it. But if the situation calls for it, they're just going to secure it. In fact, this Lord, no confession at all. Indonesia, they're going to get it for free.
Yep, since they were able to pick out Dugnam out of everyone on the Vietnam team, that means that the jungler for Vietnam was out of the running for a while, which allows them to take down another Lord. Now, Luminous Lord going to be pushing up the top lane. Only a single inhibitor standing between Indonesia and Vietnam's Crystal.
Yeah, right now, 14,000 gold lead, 14 minutes in the game. No, managing to get R7 there, but he has an immortality, so even if R7 somehow makes a mistake, it's not going to be that apparent. The Lord is going to be marching at the top side of the map, and Ling is going to be escorting them. Right now, Vietnam, where are you going to push? Where are you going to protect the top side or the mid lane turret? We can see Indonesia pushing all three. They're trying to get this mid lane while R7 is pushing the minions from the bottom lane. They managed to get the mid lane inhibitor turret, and we can see R7 engage. And a look at CW triple kill. Maniac, will he get the Savage? I don't know, but you know what? I'm gonna call it. He got the Savage.
Are able to pull this off, we could be seeing a very interesting upset today as we enter the land of Dawn.
Yeah, right now this is the second game, Indonesia and Vietnam. As of right now, we can see Keyboy over there looking to actually reset or slow down the buff, but with the absence of the jungler in the purple side, he understood, like, you know what, it doesn't matter. I don't have to stay here for a very long time.
Yeah, that's a very smart play from the Paquito as the Iron Hook's going to be catching out Mio in the backline as well. That's just a little bit of a mistake. He should not be walking in a straight line at this point, but not too big of a problem for Vietnam yet as they're able to secure their first buff. They give up on the Little Wonder.
Oh, we look at Albert going very, very aggressive early on, forcing Mio to actually recall. And that is with level 2. Once he has his cutthroat, I can imagine that all hell will break loose.
Yeah, we know that Indonesia, very aggressive in the early game. They want to get that snowball. They want to get that momentum. So in the next few minutes, we're going to start seeing them make some moves across the map. Vietnam, though, they just want to take their time and get farm onto Mio as well as No. These late game heroes are going to be their win condition.
And speaking of win condition, Indonesia, they're really winning in terms of the gold lane because CW, he has a lot of his HP remaining and Noah is having a very difficult time to actually secure any type of farm. Every single time he goes in front, he's going to be pushed back. The damage coming in from Brody is going to be very, very strong. And here we go, Fanny securing the... No, he did not. The Paquito secured it.
Yep, Dugnam gonna be able to take that away as he tries to engage onto CW, but Corrosive Strike gonna make short work of that plan. In the EXP lane, Naan is just completely losing out to R7. Dirov being a very oppressive EXP laner, forcing the Benedetta back as he now saves up the Abysm Strike, nearly getting the kill.
That was actually, if he managed to get that kill, that would have been so nasty. But the thing is, he delayed it just to make sure that not only did he delay the recall, but makes it easier for him to push because the minion is there. And for the side of Vietnam, there's nothing that they can do right now. Indonesia, they're controlling the map. Right now, they're controlling the riverside to secure this turtle by themselves.
Yep, and you can see in the top lane as well, CW getting first blood against the Beatrix, and that is with the Paquito helping out his gold laner, so that means that their jungler not going to be in position to take the turtle away, giving it over to Albert, who now wants to steal away the enemy orange buff.
And right now we can see that he is there, but Keyboy is waiting just in case Albert needs any kind of protection. But Albert is there, forcing against Mio, cutthroat onto the Xavier, and the Xavier has nowhere to go. Albert, with no more energy, will not push for more kills.
Literally nowhere to run for Mio on this Xavier, just instantly going down. But now Keyboy out of position, finally giving a kill over to Team Vietnam as Dugnam picks that up. He wants to defend his tower against CW, as now we see Gannard coming in on top of Luminaire. He has Fatal Links, but he is choosing not to use it. No backup, uses it, try and pull Albert under tower, but it is not enough as CW picks up the kill on the Atlas.
Yeah, he's probably in the mindset that I'm gonna die anyways, might as well try something, but unfortunately, it was not enough. Indonesia right now, focusing on the gold lane, focusing on pushing out of the lane itself. They managed to secure all of the gold plating that is there. And Indonesia right now is pushing really hard, making sure that this Beatrix will not be a factor at least for the first 6 minutes of the game.
Yep, this is already familiar gameplay we are seeing out of Team Indonesia. They've already built up a sizable 3k net worth lead only 4 minutes into the game because Team Vietnam are trying to over-rotate to deal with them. R7 now caught out of position, going to be feeding a kill over to the Benedetta as Knock-On now going to be the target of Albert, coming in with the steel cables. Luminaire providing backup will be able to pick up that kill.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can see how R7 was not able to run away from that situation, but other than that, Indonesia right now is still again playing a controlled type of game. Yes, they're getting the gold lead, but they're not really forcing situations. If it seems convenient, they will go for it. If not, it almost feels like Indonesia, they're actually playing slow, but at the same time, they're kind of making sure that things happen the way that they do want it to happen.
And that's exactly what's been happening so far in this game. Neo nearly getting the turtle steal, but looks like it's gonna cost him his life as the killing spree goes over to Albert, who just zooms down mid lane to pick up a free kill on this really low mobility enemy mage hero. Nok-an gonna be using his ult to clear up the bottom lane, buying time for this team to pick up the top tier 1.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because from the side of Vietnam, if they really want to protect Neo, they kind of have to wait. Oh, hold on. We can see Paquito going in front. He's going to be suppressed. He's going to take a lot of damage, and he's going to go down to R7. Going in on 4 members on the side of Indonesia. That was a bad call to face check that bush.
Yeah, Dugnam did not realize how many members were in there, and now Iron Hook gonna pick up No as well. Beatrix falling to the side of Team Indonesia. 2 easy kills going their way very, very quickly. This means that Vietnam, again, is not able to exert pressure over the map, allowing CW to pick up a free tower.
Yeah, we look at Albert going in. That's nothing that Mio can do, and he's still flying around with the steel cables. And look at Keyboy, making sure that he gets the jungler from Vietnam. Not enough to get the kill, but still enough to make him understand, be careful, I can catch you.
Yep, but we're already seeing a pretty dire situation for Team Vietnam at this point. CW are going to be using the flicker to get on top of No. Forces out a torn apart memory, giving the killing spree just barely. That was just enough damage to be able to pick up that kill. And again, Vietnam, they're just not in a position to fight.
Yeah, and again, who's going to stop Albert? Like, if it comes to a situation where Gnart as well as Dugnam is moving with Mio, sure, there is crowd control there. You can potentially punish Albert. But until that time comes, there's not much that Mio can do. He has the flicker, but in every 2 minutes, even your flicker is not enough to actually face up against a Fanny.
Yeah, I can't help but feel that Team Vietnam's movements overall are incredibly fragmented. Even though they seem to be moving together most of the time, Team Indonesia always able to find a pickoff, and because of that, Team Vietnam are never able to fight at full power. Because of that, they've already amassed a pretty notable 7k net worth lead here 7 minutes into the game. This is becoming a very bad spot for Team Vietnam, and now they're making something happen.
Yeah, looks like they were able to catch the jungler from the side of Vietnam off guard using the invisibility to making sure that they secured the kill. And right now, 10 kills over to 2 with a very, very sizable lead in terms of gold as well as map pressure. Indonesia is again setting themselves up for a very, very convincing win.
Yeah, but Vietnam, they still have tools to be able to take this fight. They're going to be heavily relying on this Fatal Link setup coming out of Gnot. But if he is able to do so, they have enough AoE damage to be able to follow up on it. And a play like that would instantly turn the game around for them. They just need to be able to find that opportunity. It's just unfortunate. Team Indonesia, their positioning, I don't think they're going to ever let that happen.
Yeah, and again, it has to be said that there's nothing that's really happening where you can really stop Albert. And even if you do find an answer for Albert, well, Luminaire is there. It is a late game Sicilian. He is going to hurt. And right now, Indonesia, they're just waiting for the minions to come by. Vietnam, they are moving as 5, but still, it is a very, very dangerous situation. They're just waiting for Gnart to get a crazy Fatal Link, but, you know, that's an if. And Luminaire having that Purify, making sure that at least he is able to survive, I kind of feel like, yeah, Vietnam overall, they need Indonesia to make mistakes.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to do so, though, because now Albert, we just saw that he has picked up his immortality as well. So not only was this Fanny already difficult to catch, he now has a second life. Vietnam, their task just becomes more and more difficult as time goes on. And now that the First Lord has arrived, Indonesia already in position around the Lord Pit. They have a lot of damage. We'll be able to take this out quite quickly if Vietnam do not try to counter.
Yeah, Vietnam over here, Gnart going to the front, and he is gonna get locked down. Look at how fast his HP went away. Albert, he has the immortality, but he has to be careful. And look at the position of Dugnam. He is staying in that bush. Keyboy, it looks like he knows what's going on. It looks like Keyboy knows that the Paquito is there. He's trying to force him out, and he is going forward. Look at how Nok-an is trying to get kills over there, but I don't know what happened, but I feel like the Paquito just secured a kill. He managed to get CW, and R7 tries to get a kill, making sure that he at least gets Mio. But a return kill. Team Vietnam is actually getting kills over here. Albert secures the Lord, but a team fight will pursue again. Albert getting another kill, unstoppable for this Fanny. But looks like he got popped by the Beatrix. If it's not for his immortality, he would have been gone.
Some slight mistakes coming out here from Team Indonesia, giving over kills to Team Vietnam that honestly they should not have been able to claim, but they are still able to pick up the Lord and take some pretty beneficial trades in their favor. Getting kills in exchange for pops on their immortality at this stage of the game is going to be quite valuable, because the more objectives they're able to take away from Team Vietnam, the harder it will be for them to get their farm, to scale up and actually defend against Team Indonesia's powerful late game.
Yeah, but it looks like we cannot underestimate the damage coming in from the side of Vietnam, because apparently the Paquito can still dish out a lot of damage, and that Beatrix with Wesker is amazing. It's crazy. Even Albert could get potentially one-shotted if he does not have that immortality.
Yeah, so it's gonna come down to how well No is able to position against the steel cables right now. A test of mechanical skill against mechanical skill to actually be able to out DPS the enemy jungle. Conceal now going to be popped down. Not gonna be going for the fatal links onto the Dirov. Gonna be able to pick him up, but Albert now jumping in the backline, wants the kill on top of the Beatrix. R7 still alive. Killing spree going over to Franco as they pick up one more, as well as one going to Luminaire as they get a 3-for-0 trade. How does R7 survive that?
Yeah, it's crazy, but I like how Albert now understands that, okay, I've done enough to Mio. Right now I'm gonna focus on the marksman, and now I'm gonna focus on the jungler. Albert just finished off his Blade of Despair. If that was not enough damage before, it's gonna be enough now.
I think this is an instant indication to other teams: do not give Albert access to these high mobility assassins, because he is going to make full use of their movement speed to just exert pressure across the entire map. Dawning Light now being used by Mio to scout out the purple buff. He knows where Team Indonesia are, but at this point, Team Vietnam, they are being relegated to just the confines of their base.
And looking at how Beatrix already has the Blade of Heptasis, kind of makes sense now how it can deal that pop amount of damage, but that's not consistent damage. It's just the first initial burst. So it's still very good, still very good. You can pop anyone that tries to go up against you, but it does create a situation where no matter what, Vietnam kind of has to play a more, I would say, hiding kind of style. Initial damage, then try to run away. They managed to get R7 over there, and we can see how Indonesia, they want to fight in the back line. Albert managing to find Beatrix, and Beatrix is gonna go down with the cutthroat. But look at that, Paquito is there. The damage is not enough to take down Albert, and he has to go away. Good positioning, instinct coming in from Albert, focusing on the Beatrix first.
Yep, Indonesia identifying an opportunity to counterattack. Even though they lost R7 there, they knew that Team Vietnam were way out of position, getting 2 free kills, translating that to a Lord. Albert now going to be chasing down Doug Nam, trying to buy time for his team to follow up, but taking a bit too much damage from the enemy jungle will force Albert to back off.
Yeah, Albert right now is focusing fully on the damage output, so there's not much sustainability in terms of defensive items or even in getting any kind of spell vamp, so he has to be a little bit more careful. I feel like if he has the cutthroat, he can kill basically anyone. It really doesn't matter who, but he has to wait for that cooldown. Until that comes up, be a good boy, and then just farm up and then push the minions.
Yeah, but I think Albert playing this confidently is definitely warranted, because if you look on the side of Vietnam, they really have not drafted much crowd control to deal with this Fanny. And now Gnar gonna be spotted out by Keyboy, forces out the Fatal Links right into the Dawning Light, but he's still alive. Gonna be doing a lot of damage as now Albert comes in, gets the Legendary Streak on top of the Atlas. Lord now pushing in bottom lane, already taking out the bottom inhibitor. 4 members of Vietnam still alive, will be able to clear this up as the Iron Hook misses, but the that impact doing a lot of damage to Mio, forcing him back to base. Indonesia takes the mid inhibitor as well, and they are pushing straight through. They find Knock On, but he's able to get out. Match, they get the Iron Hook on top of the Beatrix, pull him backward, gets the kill over the CW. Only true survivors coming out from Vietnam, but no minions for Indonesia to be able to end this game, so they're going to just say bye-bye.
Yeah, but it's still staying in the base. You want to get as much as they can. Gunnar, look at the amount of damage that he just absorbed for himself. The Iron Hook almost managing to catch someone up, and killing spree over to the Brody. Gunnar managing to get 2 people from the side of Indonesia, but it is not enough. Indonesia is going to focus on the crystal. It is going to be a clean 2-0 for Indonesia.
Just no contest.